What's up, gamers? It's your boy, Launchpad 1412. Excited to be back with some NBA 2K16 gameplay. I know you guys are probably thinking, where the heck has this been at? I have played a couple games here and there. It's just that right now, I'm in a Madden mood, man. I'm just in a Madden mood where I'm just playing a boatload of Madden right now. Truthfully, this video actually wasn't supposed to come up to about 5 more games. I think about 4 or 5 more games. I'll let you know why I haven't put NBA 2K on my channel in a while. I haven't put really much anything except for Madden on my channel in a while because I've been playing a lot of Madden. On top of that, this game is a little laggy too, by the way, just let you guys know. Madden is, the primary thing on my channel, and I definitely want to make that clear. You know what I mean? I am going to have other stuff. I'm going to have stories and NBA 2K and Street Fighter and stuff like that. All that stuff will come, but I just want to make it clear. He hits a crazy shot right at the end of that quarter. That Madden is definitely the primary source of my channel. So yeah. With that said, I have the Thunder, my favorite team, and he has the Indiana Pacers. Paul George is also another person that's on the front cover of NBA 2K next year. Shout out to Paul George, well deserved. One of my favorite players in the league, to be 100% honest with you. When I first read about Paul George, it was actually in the Slam magazine, and ever since that's him and Kevin Durant, to keep it honest with you, and ever since I've read about both of them in the Slam magazine, they both instantly became my favorite players. I know it might sound crazy, but they're definitely two of my favorite players in the league. But at any rate, before I go any further, even though this is a great day to be alive, it's also a little bit of a sad day too for all of us that ever played sports. Period. We're all jocks in our own right. We're all athletes. We're all special in our own right when it comes to that. Even if you don't make it to the to the NFL or professional boxing or whatever. But Muhammad Ali has passed away, man, and I definitely want to put my 2 cents about it, especially to some people that listen. Even if it's 1 or 2 of you that I would listen, at least it's somebody. You know what I mean? And I just want to give my 2 cents on that. Muhammad Ali was an outstanding boxer. In my opinion, the greatest boxer of all time. Just my personal opinion, my favorite boxer of all time. I have seen some Muhammad Ali fights, but the stories that I heard about Muhammad Ali since I was a kid, and I also think that he was not that I think, but the thing that I like about him, another thing I like about him most. But the stories I heard about him as a kid was just phenomenal. Just so many people had so much love. There's actually an older guy. There's older guys at my job that have a few Muhammad Ali stories. You know what I mean? So and they told me those stories, and they're just phenomenal. And I'm going to get to what I really really love about Muhammad Ali. But before I get to that, I also want to say that Muhammad Ali was a man that stood for something at a time where it was hard to stand for something. So the things that the L's that he took to prove a point that he wanted to make, about not going to war and just stuff like that. I actually read the Muhammad Ali story when I was younger, but the things that he had to do to prove to make his point and to be his own man, it's just phenomenal. And I think it's to encourage all of us to be our own men and women. But the thing I like about Muhammad Ali the most, in my personal opinion, it's just my personal opinion, it was his charismatic ways. I mean, this guy was he was one. I'm not gonna say it talk like I know him like personally my whole life or nothing, but just from watching film on him and just hearing his stories, man, this guy was so personable. It just seemed like he was so easy to be around. He was even though people people watched him on TV and stuff, he felt like he was touchable. And if I ever got famous, I would want to be that same way. When I go to my job, I'm not gonna say it's because Muhammad Ali, but I definitely would say if there was one part of me that really wanted to be like Ali, it would be that part of Ali, and that's his charismatic side. Like when I'm on the job, not to toot my own horn, but I'm often complimented on how charismatic I am. I respect you. I respect everybody. I don't care if you're the janitor or the president. I will talk to anybody. I love holding conversations with people. I love complimenting people, being nice to them. I know I don't necessarily have to be, I don't necessarily need nothing from anyone. But just because you don't need something from anyone doesn't mean, you can't be nice to people. You shouldn't have to pay to be, someone shouldn't have to pay you to be nice to them or do something extra for you to be nice to them. I've always been like that. So Muhammad Ali, man, outstanding athlete, outstanding person, outstanding boxer. Just a phenomenal guy, and the sad to see that he passed away. But 74, that's a you don't want anyone to die. You know they're going to die. But at least 74 is better than 54 or 44. So that's that. I'm not sure how that sounds, but I think you guys get the drift of what I'm saying, man. But Muhammad Ali, man, one of my favorite athletes of all time. I can't really say enough about him. Check out the game right here. It's kind of a classic a little bit. My opponent's down 3. I know you saw the comeback. I don't know how I came back, but I did. Kicks to the Paul George right here, goes to the right, swings it to it looks like CJ Miles, pulls up for 3 and doesn't get it. We end up getting the rebound, tossing it down the court. Almost said Phil, tossing it down the court. And I thought he was going to foul me, so I got it to Durant, who I shoot the best free throws with. But I just backed it out. I said, hey, if he ain't going to foul me, I'm not going to shoot it or nothing. I'll just run the timeout, man. We end up getting this victory. I'll take it. What a game, man. This is a good game as far as me just being resilient, not giving up. Coming back when the chips was down. At one point, I think he had me middle of the third quarter. I think he was up 13. And when you're playing the game, when the fourth quarter, and I don't know what it is about this game, but the fourth quarter goes by so fast. It really, really does. And next thing you know, you look up, it's like a minute and some change left, man. So because you only get 5-minute quarters, even though it's perfect, but it just, I don't know what it is about that fourth quarter. It just seems like it goes past so fast, man. So to be able to come back in the midst of the middle of the third quarter, where it's usually hard to come back in the middle of the third quarter when you're down by that many points, man, shows a lot of resilience on my part. You guys know I never give up. Shout out to my opponent. Opponent was outstanding. Hopefully you guys got a little bit of something from the Ali take that I had on him as far as what he was to me. Your boy